Hello and welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot, and today's pick a card. What are they hiding? Tarot love reading. We're going to take a look at a connection that you have with someone and specifically look into what they might be hiding or keeping from you. We're going to look at why they're keeping it from you, and then we're going to take a look at what advice or guidance Spirit has for you in this situation. So take a moment to sit back and relax. Allow your gaze to go to the three piles in front of you, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, and stay tuned because we're going to dive right into pile 1. We're going to jump into photograph. That's what they're hiding, a photograph, looking at a photograph. We have Queen of Swords and we have the Six of Wands. And why are they hiding this from you? The tear. Okay, 10 of Wands, letting go. And we have a Page of Wands. And what's the advice from Spirit? Spirit is saying, softly, softly, the tender touch. Spirit of the Skulls, Spirit of Pumpkin, melancholy, and a harvest coming in. All right, guys, so let's just jump right into this reading. What are they hiding? They're hiding the fact that they're looking at you, reminiscing over you. Photograph is, this person is still in their phone. Okay, they're still in their phone. They're still looking at pictures of you. They may even have secret pictures of you. Nothing too, tawdry or, controversial, but just like, old photographs of you two together. They're reminiscing and they're nostalgic over you. Right now we go further, and Queen of Swords, Six of Wands. This person is the type of person that they really want to put a brave face on it. So this is why they're hiding this. Somewhere along the line, I feel like there's a split. We're going to go deeper with more cards and clarifiers, but for sure there was a split here. And this person may have indeed really sort of put on a face of, oh, I'm fine. Everything's great with me right now. They're oozing victory and strength, but secretly, what they're hiding the fact that they're still very, very brokenhearted. If anything, I will say they miss you. So let's start getting into clarifiers. More than being brokenhearted, they miss you. So it may even be that they're the ones who broke up. It may even be, you know what I mean? It's not so much, I don't get a vibe here that they're hurt because they've been hurt. This is a very nuanced vibe here in this. They just miss you, and I think they don't want to admit it. Wheel of Fortune has come in. Events have happened that I think are reminding them of you. Divine Spirit is giving them energy coming in. That is, we have Hierophant as well and Five of Swords. Yeah, Divine Spirit is bringing in things, right, for them. They're having experiences right now that remind them of you, remind them of being with you. Somewhere along the line, though, they had to put a brave face on it. There was a lot of disruption here in this connection with this person, right? There was a lot of fighting. A lot of I want to say, a domineering vibe here with that Hierophant, Five of Swords energy. What dominates this connection, and whether or not the two of you are even still in a connection, we're going to go deeper when we go to why are they hiding. But in any case, there's been a battle. The two of you have really sort of like bumped heads on what is proper, what is right, what is, what you're supposed to do. I think that this individual, either this individual or you, are a rebel, while the other one is much more conventional. And in any case, there was a fracture here in this relationship, a deep fracture. But more than anything, there's a lot of ego, a lot of pride. And this individual here does not want you to know that they miss you, that they have been affected by all of this, that being away from you. And there is definitely a sense that this is a breakup or a rift or a space here. They really don't want you to know how much it's affected them. They really don't. So let's go deeper. Why don't they want you to know this, right? Because they don't want you to see them crying. It's really that simple. This person you're dealing with is someone who is very egocentric, but more than anything, they have been sort of portraying a outer impression to the world, but they're very sensitive. The tear is the essence here. This person doesn't want anybody to see them crying, to see them emotional, to see them sensitive or vulnerable. It seems to me that something about who they are, perhaps their job even, the status that they have, requires them to maintain a certain posture, right? And that posture is one of dominance and power and authority. You can't shake me. There's a lot of winning here. Six of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. This person benefits from a lot of good luck. They're generally very successful. They come across as an authority figure with that Queen of Swords, right? But at the same time, something about this connection between you and them has them really sort of like beside themselves emotionally. Let's go further. 10 of Wands and Page of Wands. And here's where you see the split, right? They've been carrying around, I'm going to say, burdens, but maybe even half truths, right? They've had to carry a lot of things around with them that have begun to sort of cloud their vision, cloud their sense of judgment. And it requires a lot of sort of bravery and faith to break away. I feel like this individual is caught up in a portrayal or a position or some kind of image, as I keep saying, that they must embody for the rest of the world. They may have money riding on that, finances, a career, just status. There's a feeling of deep status here and status quo. And you have been sort of a fly in that ointment, right? Now, nevertheless, the two of you, there's been a rift or a breakup. There's a pain here, and this person feels it, but they cannot show it, and they're hiding it. They're hiding it from you. They may be even coming across to you as if nothing is wrong. They may be coming across to you as if life is great. For those of you, if you're resonating with this, leave me a comment in the comment section. I'm curious if you're dealing with something like this, where this person, whenever you see them, perhaps I see a scenario for some of you where you broke up, but you're still in the same social circles and you run into each other. And every time you run into this person, they're kind of like, oh, things are great. Yes, I have all this great good fortune coming in. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying roundabout, generalized. They might be saying, oh yeah, you remember that project I told you about? It's happening, or it finished, or, oh, and I'm starting something else new. Like, they're just putting on this image, right, of just doing well, right? And they may indeed be doing well, but secretly they miss you and they're quite sad. All of the things that they're legitimately doing well with. And now I don't say that they're lying. Okay, they're just hiding their emotions, because all of the things they're doing really well with, those are great things and they are legitimately succeeding, but the joy isn't there the way they're portraying it, because they miss you. The joy, they don't even really find the joy in all of that, because for the most part, they're not able to share it with you. There's a feeling here that they're all kind of alone now, and they're dealing with that. It requires a lot of courage. The Page of Wands is one of the highest cards for courage, because the page knows that he has to just follow his own path to be happy, right? To be truly unique, happy, creative, to be aligned with yourself. Let's get more clarifiers. You have to follow your own path. And following your own path requires sometimes breaking away from status quo, breaking away from what people expect from you, especially what flew out. Two things flew out. 7 of Pentacles and a Queen of Wands. More Queen energy. Yeah. So there is an expectation here. I think this person also had family issues. All right. So for some of you, you're dealing with somebody who they have to they have to keep this image up, or they have to keep up this kind of energy that they're portraying to you. And the same kind of energy, I think, that led to the rift here in the first place, right? Um, that they're feeling that pressure from family member, somebody who may be an older family member, a mother figure, or a matriarch figure, somebody who has a lot of respect. They get a lot of respect, but they carry a lot of weight and value with this person, and this person doesn't want to let them down, right? But at the same time, they're being a little bit stifled. You're the one who's, I think, and this reading is about what they're hiding, so I don't really concentrate too much on you until we get to guidance from spirit. But you have been very much sort of the energy in this person's life that's making them question a lot of things. Hierophant energy, Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, question a lot of their life and how they're living their life, and the fact that they're having to sort of, fit into the stereotype or box that, maybe their family or friends or someone in their life that has a lot of authority wants them to fit in, right? Just keeping up the status quo, and they want to rebel against that and be more unique, creative, have their own ideas and decisions, and not toe that sort of line or that persona or that mentality. But the pressure is there. However, right now, I will say, Seven of Pentacles, they're considering leaving. They are considering like just packing up and finally just taking what they've built and earned and manifested for themselves and going away. Let me be clear. I'm talking specifically about a connection you have with somebody who gets a lot of pressure from their family, either their social circle that they're in, their tribe, the people they grew up with, or whomever is in their life that exerts authority, right? That makes an impression, that exerts some kind of control, I'm going to say, over them, right? Could even be a scenario where this person comes from a wealthy background, and if they don't behave as expected, basically, if you don't do what you're told to behave as expected, we're going to cut you off. Those are some really like down to the ground practical examples of the type of scenario I'm talking about here. So now let's get to you. What does Spirit say about you? Softly, softly, the tender touch. It's, don't push. If you're involved with this person and you just find yourself knowing that deep down inside in their heart, they don't want to live the way they're living. They want to have the freedom to be their own person, which would, but by extension, would include space for you, right? It may be that you come from different backgrounds, religious, cultural, racial, whatever, and the family doesn't like it. That's a really kind of basic example of the type of thing going on here. Don't push. Spirit is letting you know, softly, softly it goes, right? You can't force, when this person is ready to sort of take control of their own lives, Page of Wands, and be courageous, they will. But at the end of the day, you can, there are many different ways to achieve something. And certainly when you're talking about progress with a lover or someone you care about, sometimes just pushing and and giving ultimatums even may not necessarily be the way. Sometimes you have to just do things gently, sit back, and allow people to come to their own conclusions in a more sort of nuanced way, right? Empowering way. So gently, softly, softly, the tender touch. Melancholy, Spirit of the Skulls, and Spirit of Pumpkin. Yeah, this is in as well. So something's going to come to harvest here. You reap what you sow. And it may, autumn time is coming in. Spirit of Skulls, Depression, Melancholy. I think there is a melancholy here. I feel a melancholy with this individual because they miss you. Again, going back to the point of this reading, what are they hiding? They're hiding that they aren't happy the way they are. They aren't happy with the decision they've made. They miss you desperately. And it's going to get to a point where they're not going to be able to ignore it anymore. And they will have to stand up. It's interesting that Page of Wands, you see them standing up to the Queen, right? That's how it came out faced. So the page is saying, yeah, guess what? It's time for me to have my own path. I don't want to be scared anymore. So this is what's going on here with this connection. This was pile number 3. Now, I did forget to tell you guys to stay tuned. I hope you did to the end of the reading where we pull the zodiac signs. At the end of every reading, I always do that. So hopefully you'll hear Sagittarius is a sign that some of you are dealing with. We're going to put that right there. Sagittarius. What else? We'll pull 3 more signs so that every pile. Pisces energy. Pisces energy. Fish. Ooh, am I too close? There you go. A little bit clearer. Pisces energy coming in. All right. What else do we have? We have that beautiful Aquarius coming in for some of you. Aquarius. Aquarius has been coming out so much. Like just, I don't know. All the signs come out because I pull all the signs. But Aquarius is the one that I always take note of lately in my reading. Scorpio energy. Some of you dealing with a Scorpio. So we have Sagittarius, fire, water, Pisces, air, Aquarius, and more water with that Scorpio. So thank you so much. If you enjoyed this, if you resonated with it, don't forget to leave me a comment. Don't forget to join me on Saturdays at 5 o'clock for the live stream. I'm going to be doing the All Signs live stream every Saturday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be right after the 4 o'clock pick a card reading, What's Next in Love. So every Saturday, we'll be doing the pick a card, What's Next in Love, and then you can just piggy right on back to the 5 o'clock live stream and stay tuned for your zodiac reading because we'll go through each of the 12 zodiac signs and do a quick reading as well as answering the general question from that zodiac sign collective. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. That's on Saturday at 5 Eastern Standard Time. And if you enjoy this, don't forget to subscribe and like. And for the rest, I will be right back with pile number 2. Welcome to pile number 2. And let's just jump right into what are they hiding? Abundance. They're hiding abundance. Interesting. What do they have? Temperance and the Lovers. 6 major arcana. Okay, why are they hiding it? The Vessel. Interesting. Very protective. There it is. 4 of Pentacles. They're protective. Hierophant energy. And what is Spirit saying guidance for you? We have Heaven Sent, Spirit of the Sun, and Spirit of the Stranger. Okay, let's just get right into it. Don't forget, stay until the end of the reading because we will be pulling the zodiac runes to see what zodiac signs you might be dealing with in this connection. So let's get right into it. Abundance. What are they hiding? Money. They're hiding the fact that they have abundance, that they have money, they have security. This individual has access to a lot more than they're letting on. We're going to get to why. But yeah, right now, this individual is exercising a lot of temperance energy. And I see this with this Lovers too, that Lover's energy is interesting. It's almost as if this person may indeed be the type of person that loves to shower somebody with presents. They love to pay for things. This may be a weakness, or they may perceive it as a weakness because Temperance, by the way, Temperance is the card for Sagittarius and the Lovers is the card for Gemini. So some of you may indeed be dealing with Sagittarius or Gemini energy, but this person is holding back. They're holding back, and I dare say, let's start getting the clarifiers. I dare say they're holding back because they know how they can be, But let's see here, because Lover's energy is there. So you're connected to this person. The two of you are definitely feeling it. Certainly they're feeling it. They're feeling a deep connection here with you. And yet they want to hide their true wealth, abundance. They want to hide what they can really do for you, or 6 of Cups energy. More of that. Then we have Judgment coming in and 6 of Swords. There you have it. This person has left a situation that was very, very hard on them. 6 of Swords and Judgment. Yeah, you're dealing with some past sort of, I don't know, I don't want to necessarily call it baggage per se, but this individual, there was something in the past that they had to reckon with or deal with. It may have been a divorce or a separation or some kind of split. They definitely have moved on from it. Six of Swords energy, they may have recently moved. They may, you may be in contact with this person. They may be very new in your circle. In any case, they have physically, for some of you, physically left a stage of their life behind. And that stage was a very big karmic lesson for them. Okay, they really went through a lot and they learned a lot, and they really had to kind of make some decisions about how they were going to go forward and live their lives going forward. I think that for some, this person as well, there's the Six of Cups here, energy. There's a deep affection, but this connection here with them reminds them of the past. It reminds them of something they had with someone else, I feel, that didn't necessarily turn out so great, or where somehow, they may have been compromised. They may have lost out. There may be some trust issues here. Let me, before I pull more cards, I'm going to move on to why are they hiding this. So we're going to talk about that, because then we can go a little bit deeper. The vessel. So vessel archetype holds something, right? The vessel is one of the most powerful archetypes when we talk about the nature of something. And here, why they're hiding it. Protection. What does a vessel do? A vessel carries, it holds, it surrounds, it protects, right? So that you can keep control of something, have it. And at the very root here, this individual is hiding their abundance, their money, their wealth, I'm going to say, maybe even hiding a previous sort of identity in some way, affluence, because they want to protect it. They don't want to lose it. They feel like they could lose it if anybody knew. Hierophant energy, this person is also extremely traditional. They may be from a very old school type of way of thinking, right? And the way they were raised, why is mafia? Mafia comes to mind. I'm sorry. I just got to say it. Mafia. That word just keep popping in my head. This, we're talking about somebody who's very, and not the criminal side of it, but I guess what I'm getting at here is that we're talking about someone who's very steeped in tradition. They're very wealthy. They may even come from old money. Right? They may even come from old money, but something about their status, their wealth, right? Their posture in that way is something they feel they need to protect. And one of the reasons why they're feeling like this is because of recent or past experiences that have burned them. Where they had to leave, they had to, change their lives perhaps. So they have some baggage from previous experiences in their lives that are making them super cautious. And so in this connection with you, yes, there's love. Deep, deep love. There's lovers. You guys care about each other. They care a lot about you, and I think that's what's making it even more difficult. Let me go ahead and pull a moon card. I want to see what the nature of their energy is with you. What are their deepest desires when it comes to you? Because that's what I'm thinking, and that might be what you're feeling. Friendship. Their deepest desire is to be connected with you in every way possible. So friendship, moon in Cancer. So moon and Cancer energy here. This person is the type of person who loves family, loves loyalty, trust. They feel comfortable in a family setting where the bonds are strong, right? Where you look out for each other. They love that, and they thrive on that deep, deep connection. But in order to have that, you have to have ultimate trust. And so this is the issue here with this individual. They're hiding a portion of their life, specifically to do with their money. I'm being clear here. What are they hiding? Their money. And they're hiding their money, their status, their power, their authority in that material way to protect it. It's something that is tied into who they are, perhaps a legacy. I hear inheritance for some of you. And so this is not to say that they don't trust you specifically. They don't trust anybody, but they love you. And so they're being very tempered. At their core, they naturally want to share things with you. They naturally want to open up. That's their deepest desire. So you may be feeling a bit of angst when you're around them, a bit of struggle, like they're not completely at ease. This person might come across to you as being sort of wanting to do certain things and activities, and then you may even take it as if they are feeling sort of like they're being played or they're being taken advantage of. You may be second guessing yourself, right? Because the vibe that this person, if you resonate with this, leave me a comment, let me know. The vibe that this person has around you may indeed come off as if they're not having a lot of fun, or if they're being forced to do things they don't really want to do. That's not the case, but that might be how it comes off. Might be another reason why you're coming here to a reading, looking at what they're hiding, because they come off as though they're hiding something. They come off as though their energy and their mood isn't quite aligned. The truth of the matter is that they want to do even more, but they don't trust yet. They want to trust, they want to get to know, and they're still dealing with trust issues as part of some baggage. So if you want to talk to them about it, be my guest, that might be the way forward. All right, folks, what does Spirit say? Heaven sent, right? Heaven sent. Sometimes Spirit is letting you know that blessings, help, guidance, can come from the divine, right? It's heaven sent. Anything can be heaven sent. And when something is heaven sent, you'll know it, you'll feel it. It'll be as if an answer has come or a breakthrough has come. The advice here, though, is with heaven sent energy, you have to be open to it, right? Be open to help, guidance in all of its forms coming in. And when it does come in, recognize and practice gratitude for the things that come in as if by magic, or as if you have a guardian angel, things that are heaven sent, things that come from the beyond, or blessings, grace that comes in that can't really be accounted for in any other way, but then to say that it is heaven sent. You practice gratitude, you stay open to that, and you allow it to help. In this scenario here, there may indeed be something that comes in that breaks through this, specifically with your person, breaks through that wall of distrust, that baggage that they bring. We do have Spirits of Darkness and Light from my beautiful Mystic Moon Oracle. She is a tarot reader on YouTube, also has beautiful oracle decks. Spirit of the Sun, Energy, Vitality, Resurrection. And then we also have Spirit of the Stranger, Caution, Warning, Danger. And that's what's at play here. I think this is a new connection, and you're still, for all intents and purposes, the two of you still feel like strangers to each other, right? Even if you've known each other for a little while now. Again, you're dealing with somebody who's very protective, right? They're very, very protective. And resonating with temperance, that means in any given situation, they're maintaining control. They're not, they're not going to react, right, in a way that isn't measured. So you're dealing with somebody who's quite powerful in that way. What do we have? 9 of Cups. There's a happiness here. They're happy where they're at. They're happy where they're at, which means that friendship right now is good enough. The closeness is good enough. It may also be that, take care, caution, Spirit of Stranger, interesting, but also Spirit of the Sun brings vitality and light, brings energy, brings understanding. And so Spirit is letting you know there's other forces at play here. Be cautious, be open, take heed, but also there are other forces at play, certainly divine forces. And be grateful and happy, enjoying the love and the the happiness that you have now. Perhaps the depth and the truth, the more that this person will open up more as time comes. Okay, that's as trust comes, all of that depth will come. But for now, practicing gratitude. All right, pulling out your zodiac signs. I did say I would do that. Gemini energy. At the end of every one of my readings, if it's a pick a card, at the end of the piles, I always pull these zodiac runes to let you know who you might be dealing with. Some of you are dealing with a Virgo. All right, that Virgo energy. Gemini was represented here with the Lovers. So definitely Gemini energy is at play. And there's that Cancer, resonating with that Moon and Cancer energy that we pulled earlier. So some of you are dealing with a Cancer. One more. And some of you are dealing with a Libra. So we've got that air energy from the Libra. So 2 air, Gemini, Libra, and Earth, Virgo, and Water, Cancer. That's the end of pile number 2. Thank you so much. If it resonated, leave a comment and let the community know, the collective know what you're going through. Somebody might share in your story and relate. Give it a thumbs up, or more importantly, hit the bell so you can be notified. Don't forget, Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'll be doing the live stream All Signs Love Check-In, and that will be right after the 4 o'clock premiere of my Pick a Card What's Next in Love reading. So 4 to 6, basically 4 to 6, 2 hours of tarot. And in the live stream, we'll be answering a collective question for each of the zodiac signs also. So it's a lot of fun. I hope to see you there. But for right now, stay tuned, because I will be right back with pile number 3. Welcome to pile number 3 of the Pick a Card. What are they hiding? We're going to jump right in. Ascending. All right, they're ascending. 5 of Swords. Oof. 5 of Swords, arguments, and yet some confidence comes in. So why are they hiding it? There's the riddle. Interesting archetype, along with Fool energy and 2 of Pentacles. And Spirit, what does Spirit say? In the world, not of the world. Not of the world, but being in the world. I love this energy. We're going to talk about that. All right, folks. So this is an interesting one, right? We're going to get right into clarifiers. And don't forget to stay tuned till the end. I'll be pulling out the zodiac runes to see what zodiac signs you might be dealing with. So, but ascending. So this individual, what are they hiding? They're ascending. Something's going on with them where they are letting go. Right? They're preparing for a move up. And it's certainly that's something that they are perceiving in their head, right? That they're moving up, they're ascending, and they don't want you to know about it. Why is that? Well, we have 5 of Swords energy and Page of Swords. There's been a lot of fighting here. A lot of arguing. Something's been going on between the two of you that has been a source of contention. And my feeling here is that this individual has decided to just give up. You know, with that page coming in, Page of Swords coming in, a lot of air energy, right? So a lot of thinking, a lot of analyzing, a lot of sort of information going back and forth. And so through all of this arguing, it's been very, very exhausting for them, I'm going to say. But something went on. Something somewhere happened that gave them just a little peek or a little sort of clarity. And with that, they've done a complete 180. Now, to you, it's coming across as a total mystery. Let's pull out some clarity. Wow, 6 of Swords, they're leaving. This person is leaving, okay? And they're hiding the fact that they're leaving. Yeah, Star energy and 4 of Cups. Yeah, they're hiding the fact that they're leaving because they simply don't want to be bothered. Listen, I'm sorry. Sometimes these readings are rough. They're a little bit harsh, but it all depends on how you're coming at it, right? You may be in a situation with somebody where you've been putting up with them for a while because you maybe have felt sorry for them, or maybe you felt like, oh, I don't want to hurt them. But I'm telling you now that this individual, if you're resonating with this, definitely let me know in the comments. This individual here has something has come into their life. Some conversation or information has come in. And on that moment, they decided to say, guess what? I'm done. I'm moving on. I no longer want to be engaged here. I'm not, I'm leaving this connection. I'm leaving this connection physically. I feel energy here, like the type of energy you come home and all the drawers are empty, all the shelves are empty. You know, the coat rack is empty. All their stuff is gone, right? Um, it's the posture that they're taking. What they're hiding is the fact that they've made their mind up, but they're mentally in a place where they don't even feel as though they need to tell you about it. That's kind of what they're hiding here. This individual, somebody has said something. They may have either gassed them up, or they've come across some information. There may have been even, I don't see money here, but there may have been some kind of information that will lead to an increase in money. Something came into this individual that was very small, but it had a huge effect on them. And the effect was that after so much bickering and arguing, this information gave them some hope or some sort of out, right? It gave them some ability to be able to say, I'm done. And it's put them in the mindset of they feel as though not only are they done, but they are going to a place or level or a chapter in their life that is so much more transcendent from where they are now, that they don't have time or energy to tell anybody. They don't feel like they need to tell anybody, right? This person is like, I'm out of here. Why are they hiding it? The riddle. The riddle is interesting. This is the archetype of like, just not, you're never going to figure it out, right? This is the type of energy of you're dealing with somebody who will never have an answer for you as to why they do what they do. I think they operate certainly from a place where they think a lot about their next step, but at the same time, they're very impulsive. And their reasoning for doing the things or taking the measures or the actions that they take is not something they share, right? And so the riddle is here in a sense that I'm not even sure if they even understand, right? But certainly they're going to be like, you know, the kind of conversation that happens in this scenario is the kind of conversation where somebody's like, I can't explain to you how I feel. I can't tell you why. I just know this is what I need to do. Or, you know what I mean? There's other things that, well, I don't want to tell you everything. You know, there is layers here to the decisions that this person is making. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, they're taking what listen, they're taking their bags and they're leaving. Let me go ahead and pull out, you know what I'm going to pull out is Saturn. I want to pull out a Saturn card and see a little bit deeper. We're going to get into the Fool and Two of Pentacles because it's a whole new chapter that's starting for them. I think it's like an opportunity. It almost feels like loss. Wow. Loss. You know, Saturn in Pisces, loss. Something happened. You know what? That loss could have even been somebody passed, right? And listen, tarot cannot tell you if somebody's going to pass or not. But what I'm saying is there may have been some kind of loss here that led to an inheritance. There may have been some kind of loss here that led to freedom. You know, something finally went away. I'm surprised death hasn't shown up. Something finally went away that stopped this person from being able to move on or do what they want to do. For some of you, for some of you, it's always going to be a riddle here because whatever information came into them, you're never going to find out about it. But it caused a loss here for them. May have found out something that you did. I don't know. But it feels to me more that the connection the two of you have is contentious. You argue a lot. It's not necessarily happy, right? And yet, I don't think you ever expected this person to just leave up and go the way they have. Some kind of loss happened. Some kind of shift happened in their life. That was the ending of something. And it has allowed them to completely break away this connection with you. They're resonating full energy into a Pentacles. So much is happening right now physically. Full energy is a whole new adventure, but that Two of Pentacles, like I said earlier, I didn't see Pentacles here, so it wasn't feeling like money. But Two of Pentacles is juggling a lot of different responsibilities, options. All of a sudden, yeah, I think like something. Listen, for some of you, I'm really feeling strongly like this is inheritance energy. Somebody died, somebody passed away, something happened, something was lost. This person got an influx all of a sudden of options of things that they can do. There is a riddle here in terms of you're never going to understand how did this suddenly come about, right? How did this suddenly come about, or why are we where we are? Sometimes there's no answer for that. It's just, there's no answer for why the two of you have been arguing the way you have. It just is what it is. It may indeed be that. And yet that Seven of Pentacles also indicates that it's time to take stock, restock, maybe for you also, and really, ask yourself, is this what I'm happy with? Was I happy? Am I happy in this connection either? Also. But to listen, let me put it to you clearly. This person is hiding the fact that they're leaving. And as part of that leaving, they are ascending. Something is coming into their life that has absolutely boosted everything about them. Everything about their, how they resonate, how they handle, they're expanding. It's a whole new phase. And that phase promises to also have access to more. I feel abundance coming in. What does Spirit say? In the world, not of the world. This oracle is all about, yes, be in the world. Don't just be, of the world in the sense that, okay, yeah, this is, the earth is your planet, right? You're part of the ecosystem. No, be in the world. Enjoy the world. Live in the world. Make the most of all aspects of the world. Be free. Right? Be free. Don't be limited. Living in the moment, right? It's a powerful message of creativity and allowing yourself to expand. This individual is expanding for sure. They're leaving and resonating up to some kind of level as a result of the changes, physical changes in their life. And again, this is also another reason why the riddle has come up, because there's not a real answer to this. This is just an energetic shift into a new way of living. And Spirit is guiding you and telling you that it's time for you to embrace that as well. Spirit of Gaia, Mother Earth, family, and spirit of communication. There it is. Some kind of communication is at play here. This person got an email, a letter. There's a love connection with that communication. And there's mother, creative, family energy. So whatever way this plays out, this loss is not a loss of, there's no mourning here, right? Whatever ended for this individual, maybe even for you, if this is vice versa, whatever ended, it needed to end, right? It needed to go away. And make room for expansion. And as a result of that going away, this person has suddenly had the room to make so many moves. But those moves, unfortunately, also include leaving. Six of Swords energy and cutting something off, right? Cutting something off, starting a whole new life. A singular life. That full energy indicates that this person is moving on to be single, a whole new adventure. So again, leaving either a connection with you. Now, for some of you, you might be dealing with somebody who was connected in other ways. They may be leaving that connection to be with you. But it does feel more like an independent stepping out. Spirit of communication, Spirit of Gaia is there, right? Something to do certainly with family. Again, I feel that strongly. And yet, that's why I feel like this move is still a grounded, good, positive move, even if it is a split. You are literally being called to do the same by Spirit. So, as promised, let me go ahead and pull your zodiac runes for this reading, folks. I hope it resonated. This was a very interesting one. So, some of you out there are dealing with an Aries, for sure. Aries always breaking out, doing their own thing. No surprise there. Some of you are dealing with that Capricorn energy, always on their money game, always working hard, Love it. Don't forget, 5 o'clock on Saturday, Eastern Standard Time, I'll do the All Signs live stream love check-in. Some of you are dealing with that Taurus, more earth energy. Love that Taurus energy. So 2 earth and a fire. And finally, we have the Leo, 2 fires. Leo, Aries, and Capricorn. Leo, Aries, Capricorn, and Taurus. 2 fire signs, 2 earth signs. Not a surprise. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you got something out of it. This is Bow and Arrow Tarot on today's today's pick a card reading. Sorry. Today's pick a card reading. What are they hiding? And if you got something out of it, if it resonated, if it's, kind of similar to what you're dealing with or your story, let people know in the comments so you could share your perspective and your experience with other people might be going through it as well. Don't forget to hit the bell and be notified. Don't forget Saturday, 5 o'clock live stream, Eastern Standard Time, All Signs Love check-in right after the 4 o'clock pick a card, what's next in love. But for right now, all I'm going to do is say I wish you all love, life, and happiness, and I hope to see you right back at Bow and Arrow Tarot for your next pick a card love tarot reading. Bye-bye, everyone.